Hi, I'm Theo Gilbert-Jamison with Performance Solutions by Design. And in this quick segment, we're focusing on one of my favorite topics, raising the bar and elevating the customer experience from average to extraordinary. So I'd like to share my 11 simple, surefire ways to create customer loyalty and delight. Most likely, we've all heard many times, creating a culture of excellence is a journey, not a destination. So here are a few simple to implement tips and best practices that, if your team consistently exemplifies, will ensure each customer your team encounters has an absolutely memorable experience. So let's get started. 1, greet every customer with a warm and friendly smile. And that's regardless of whether they are an internal customer, which would be your coworkers, or an external customer, those who pay for your products and services. Always smile, making positive eye contact to promote an environment that is courteous and respectful. And remember to practice the 10-foot, 5-foot rule by acknowledging others with a smile as they come within 10 feet of you and extending a friendly greeting of good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or how are you today once they are within 5 feet of you. Number 2, anticipate customer needs. This starts with being proactive, not reactive, right? You see, we can easily exceed customer expectations by just taking care of their needs and unexpressed wishes before they have to ask. And if a customer makes a special request, the last thing we should say is, "That's not my job." Instead, we should take ownership and responsibility. And if we can't assist the customer, we should work quickly to find someone who can. 3, personalize the experience to create loyalty and delight. We exemplify this standard of excellence by observing customer likes and dislikes, then using this knowledge to personalize each interaction. When interacting with customers, be intentional about learning commonalities like similar hobbies, or maybe you're from the same hometown. Or maybe you've noticed that they like a little small talk, or maybe you've noticed that they don't want to engage in any conversation with you at all. Think about it. Just remembering a few simple things about each regular customer can help you easily create unique, personalized experiences that will be memorable for them. 4, use the customer's name when and if possible. I say this because I've learned that using people's names is a powerful way to build friendly rapport, make a positive first impression, and most of all, make them feel valued. So address customers by their preferred name using Mr., Mrs., Miss, or any other title they prefer, like judge, doctor, etc. You get the point. And most of all, be careful not to be overly familiar with customers using their name or nickname, even if they insist. And when meeting someone for the first time, concentrate fully, listening to hear the name correctly and properly. As a matter of fact, my best practice is to repeat their name a few times in conversation to help me remember it. 5, maintain positive eye contact to ensure that you are interested and attentive. You see, positive eye contact can be a very effective form of nonverbal communication because it demonstrates that we are fully engaged throughout the conversation. And occasionally nod your head to show that you are attentive and interested in what is being communicated, always giving your undivided attention to the person you are communicating with. 6, listen carefully and empathically. That means to listen with your ears, eyes, and heart. You see, empathy is so important because it demonstrates that you understand and can relate to the other person's situation or circumstance. So listen carefully to what the person says without interrupting. And when interacting with someone in person, be careful to observe their body language, but also be mindful that your body language is approachable. 7, be polite in your speech. When communicating with others, it's so important to be mindful of your tone of voice and pace of speech, always addressing others at a moderate pace with enthusiasm and politeness. And avoid any slang, industry jargon, or acronyms that might confuse customers. Most of all, always be aware of your surroundings, limiting sensitive, confidential conversations in public. 8, use proper telephone etiquette. This means answering incoming phone calls within 3 rings with a smile using the proper telephone greeting. That's what we call a 4-part greeting. You might say something like, "Good morning, Human Resources. This is Theo. How may I assist you?" And when it comes to responding to email, text messages, or voicemail, create a habit of responding as soon as possible, no later than 1 business day. 9, quickly resolve customer complaints. This means if you receive a complaint, take ownership, which starts with responding with a sense of urgency, seeing it through proper resolution to ensure complete customer satisfaction. Again, here is where your listening skills come into play. So listen attentively, offering a genuine apology, quickly resolving the problem, or finding someone who can. And last, thanking the customer for providing you with the opportunity to improve. Remember, we want to make every effort to see the problem from the customer's perspective, being prepared and empowered to provide reasonable options to resolve it. 10, convey a professional image. Remember, in many instances, you are the first impression of your organization. So it's incumbent upon you to project a professional image by being well-groomed and properly dressed for your job. Also, taking into consideration the importance of maintaining a clean, organized, safe work environment. And finally, 11, escort instead of pointing out directions. So if you encounter a customer who seems to be lost or needs directions within the building, if possible, break away from your duties for a moment to assist. And please understand, there may be times when you are not able to personally escort them. However, in those situations, try to find a fellow employee who can. Most of all, when escorting others, always walk at a moderate pace so that they can keep up. Not too fast and not too slow. So there you have it, 11 simple ways to create customer loyalty and delight. And if you'd like more guidance on how to elevate the customer experience within your organization or team, contact us today for details concerning our leadership and employee customer experience training programs and workshops. It would be our pleasure to assist.